Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tima podcast. This will be a new type of episode. This will be a match analysis of the Liverpool-Man City game finishing 2-0 with a spectacular win at Anfield over the reigning champions. Now, what makes this analysis different to others? First of all, it's in a podcast form, so you don't have to actually sit there and watch the thing, watch the touch map, the heat maps, and all that stuff going on. No. This is nice, simple, straightforward, not too complicated, just a nice audio explanation of what's going on in podcast format. Of course, not everyone can sit there and look for 20 minutes and analyze a game in scrupulous detail like many other channels do. This is nice and simple. As I said, I'm a fan myself, I'm not a football expert or a pundit. This is a fan's take on the game. Let's get right into it. Before we do, please do check out the YouTube channel Tima, subscribe, like, very much appreciated. Thank you. Let's begin. Liverpool are top of the league, clear by 9 points from Arsenal and Chelsea. So let me first begin by quickly just saying the table. Liverpool 34 points plus 18 goal difference. Arsenal Chelsea 25 points plus 12 goal difference. Second and third. In fourth place there's Brighton 23 points plus 5 goal difference. And then Man City in fifth, 23 points plus 3 goal difference. And then 1 point below is Nottingham Forest with a plus 3 goal difference in sixth. So as we can see, Man City, due to this defeat, are now 11 points behind. And let me repeat, Liverpool 2, Man City 0. Yes, indeed, you heard that right. It is 6 in 7 defeats for Pep Guardiola, meaning this is his longest ever winless streak in his managerial career. The last time it happened was at Man City, it's happened again. He has now not won in 7 games. It's been 6 defeats in 7. And I don't know why Pep was showing the number 6 to our supporters. I don't know why. Maybe he's just trying to show that we won 6 Champions Leagues. Maybe he's trying to remind us that he lost 6 games. I don't know. He's clearly trying to say something. But, jokes aside, what Pep was doing was he was trying to show to Liverpool. Liverpool fans began chanting, "You're getting sacked, you're getting sacked." And he showed 6 as in like 6 Premier Leagues. Okay, man, well done. You've lost 6 games though. So, in a really bizarrely, City are now closer to 15th place West Ham than they are to us. I know, this is so hard to digest. It is so hard for me to comprehend what happened. I honestly could not believe my eyes when I was watching. I watched the game and I simply could not believe what I was seeing. We are witnessing the champions. The 4 in a row, the 6 in 7, the great Man City, Centurions, Formidables, treble winners, Pep Guardiola, best manager ever. Man City are crumbling. They got humbled by Liverpool. 2-0 does not even tell you the full story. City got absolutely battered. They got battered, destroyed. We'll get to stats a bit later, but the eye test, the most important thing, that when you watch the game, City were pressed, City were dominated, City were absolutely destroyed. In the first 15 minutes, they were completely capitulating. But overall, they lost in a resounding fashion. And they did not even look anywhere near scoring. And in fact, the only player who did something was Jeremy Doku. Apart from that, City were exactly 0 in terms of attack. Literally 0. Very, very poor by City. They're crumbling away. The team spirit is falling apart. Not having Rodri is having a terrible impact. The game itself was quite interesting. Liverpool were really dominant in the first 15 minutes. Scored a goal in the 12th minute with Gakpo. What a phenomenal goal, by the way, in the sense that was a beautiful assist by Mo Salah. It went around the Man City defenders, around the keeper. Keeper misses it, and then Gakpo taps it into an empty net. After that, we keep on pressing, have lots of big chances. Van Dijk missed some big chances. Gakpo had a chance, Szoboszlai, Trent. But eventually Liverpool later on in the game do finally score with a penalty after Stefan Ortega completely took out Diaz and Mo Salah equalised. So not equalised, went ahead 2-0 from the penalty spot later on towards the game, and Liverpool finished the game 2-0. Now let's get into a more tactical analysis. I don't want to make this very complicated and everything. I'm trying to use more simple stats so people of course will understand. So, in terms of XG, which is expected goals, it's calculated by the computer, Liverpool are at 3.57, Man City at 0.84. Now, let's not think too much about stats, but what this means basically is Liverpool had a lot more expected goals than City. As we can see based on this, it's almost 4 times as much. So, big difference, Liverpool clearly dominating, having way more chances. We hit the woodwork with Van Dijk. Trent almost scored a goal. Salah could have also scored a goal when he was through one-on-one and somehow managed to miss it. So if I'm being honest, Liverpool actually missed a lot of big chances. We missed 5 big chances. Man City only missed 1. So this could have easily been a rout. This could have easily turned into a 4-0 game had we converted a couple more chances, which were very clear-cut, by the way. Very clear-cut chances, which we squandered a little bit. So in terms of, let's look at the overall, who was really doing the shooting. 18 shots for Liverpool, 8 for Man City. Now again, it tells you the story that we were hammering them, we were getting all the shots. It took City I think it took them 40 minutes until the Rico Lewis shot to actually get a shot. So for the first 40 or so minutes, City did not even have a shot. So in the first half, it was like a complete domination by Liverpool. City only had 47% possession, which is very unusual for them. They were being absolutely bullied, destroyed, annihilated. In the second half, they had more possession, 66%, but nonetheless, they only managed a few shots which weren't really high quality. The only real chance was Kevin De Bruyne nicking the ball Van Dijk, and then he almost got through the legs of Kelleher late on in the game, around the 82nd minute. But luckily, Kelleher made a save, rescued Van Dijk, and the game still was 2-0. Apart from that, City had basically no other chances. Jeremy Doku ran around pretty well, dribbled past Trent quite well a few times, but other than that, he didn't really make any chances, didn't really have any high quality shots. And when I say 8 shots, some of these are wayward, pointless shots which didn't mean much. Of course, when we're talking about real chances, that's where Man City completely lacked. Man City probably had only 2 clear-cut chances with Kevin De Bruyne and Rico Lewis. Again, I've not rewatched the entire game. I'm going off what I watched in the game and then the highlights. So please don't then quote me, actually this guy did this. Overall, City were completely beaten. Now let's look at the players and what individually happened. So Mo Salah was given the man of the match by Sky, I believe, because he got a brilliant assist, and then of course the penalty, fantastic penalty, the pressure's on him. He even said himself later on that the contract is kind of getting to him, but still nonetheless, a brilliant penalty in the bottom corner. Stefan Ortega goes the right way, but can't save it. Then also let's give a massive shout out to Gakpo, who has been brilliant. He was playing on the left today. We were playing a 4-2-3-1 with Dominic Szoboszlai as the 10. Gakpo was off the left, and then Diaz was up front as striker. And Gakpo was fantastic. He scored a good goal in the right place at the right time. Once again, Gakpo being a very smart player. He might not necessarily score the most beautiful goals. I can't say he scores phenomenal long-range, sensational efforts. But what Gakpo does well, and that's exactly what he does, is score goals. And that's what matters in football, is to score goals. He scored a goal against Real Madrid, scored a goal against Liverpool. He scored a goal against Real Madrid and against Man City. It'd be very bizarre if he scored a goal against Liverpool. So, fantastic work by Gakpo. McAllister once again having a very strong performance in midfield. Clearly, Ryan Gravenberch's presence as number 6 allows McAllister more creativity to go forward. And in the end, McAllister's biggest talent is going forward. It's his attacking ability, it's his creativity, trying to maintain the control of the game, and essentially just doing all these fantastic creative passes to create chances. He did not get an assist today. That wasn't really what he did. But what McAllister does is just keep those passes going. Remember that just because you didn't get an assist does not mean your passing isn't good. Oftentimes, a player can make a brilliant pass to someone else, and then that player gets an assist. Now, for instance, Trent Alexander-Arnold played a brilliant ball to Mo Salah, who then ran down the channel, crossed in for Gakpo, Gakpo scores. Of course, Trent doesn't get the assist, but Trent's pass was phenomenal for that. Similarly, McAllister did have 2 out of 3 accurate long balls. His passing accuracy was 89%. He had another very good game. I thought Gravenberch did alright as well. Got a yellow card, probably wasn't his best performance in terms of didn't have the most glamorous moments. Szoboszlai was very good, very active, pressing well as well, had a couple good chances. Van Dijk was a king at the back. Gary Neville was about to give him man of the match until he made one very silly mistake which almost cost us a goal around the 82nd minute when Kevin De Bruyne basically took the ball off him. Luckily, Kelleher saves the day again. So Van Dijk was a king at the back, 7 clearances, 2 blocked shots, 3 interceptions. Anything that came his way he dealt with. He completely took Haaland out of the game. Haaland was completely neutralized. Haaland had 1 shot all game, which was again quite tame I believe. And he had 16 touches all game. 16 touches. Haaland was completely kept out. He could do nothing because Van Dijk and Gomez completely kept him out. So many times Van Dijk making those headers, making those clearances, interceptions in the right place at the right time. This guy reads the game as if he knows exactly what's going to happen. What a phenomenal performance by our captain, proving the doubters wrong, proving why he needs a contract extension. He is the best centre-back in the world. I don't think that's a debate. His leadership skills are phenomenal as well. And what can I say? It was once again a brilliant performance, just like at Anfield a couple of years ago. Fantastic by him. And also, shout out to Joe Gomez. Kanate is injured. People are a little bit worried. Kanate was so good for us. What will happen? Joe Gomez comes into the side, does not make a single mistake, plays brilliantly. I thought he was fantastic. He deserves a shout out because he has not really had the minutes this season. He hasn't started a single Premier League game before, but he comes in, starts the game, does well, doesn't fall under the pressure. Haaland, Foden, all these people, doesn't matter. He has a fantastic game. Again, deals with all the dangers very well, doesn't make any mistakes. Now, of course, I know some people are very skeptical of Joe Gomez because of his previous inconsistencies, but last season he was a hero. He saved us when we really needed his help, and this game as well, he was fantastic. One interesting detail is when Quansah came on for Trent, Quansah went to right back and Gomez stayed at centre back. I really hope that Gomez will maintain his starting position going forward. I hope he gets more starts and more game time because I think he's a fantastic footballer, very underappreciated, very underrated. He's done a lot of great things for this club, and let's not forget he is a Champions League winner and a Premier League winner, and he's just been ravaged by injury. So let's forgive him for the mistakes he made in that 22-23 season and actually look at what he's done brilliantly afterwards. Now, Phil Foden, again, massive drop-off. No idea what's happening to him. City's team just don't look like it at all. Foden only 1 out of 8 ground duels won, 0.02 expected assists. I honestly can't explain what's happened to Phil Foden. Part of Man City's problem is not just the fact they've got injuries, but actually it's the fact that some of their existing players just can't find themselves. They're just not playing the same. Phil Foden, who was scoring beautiful long-range goals, dribbling past players last season, Premier League Player of the Season, now he's just a very completely average player. Kyle Walker, what a massive drop-off by him. People say he's lost a yard of pace. His defensive awareness is poor. He was dribbled past twice this game, out of position, doesn't know where to go, doesn't really know where to be. Honestly, that was a very, very questionable performance. Probably Aki had a better performance than him. Ruben Diaz also had some questionable moments. Overall, City's backline looked completely disorganized. We were catching them off possession, we were pressing them, winning the ball, driving forward, and they looked clueless. Especially in that first half, it was a disgrace in the sense that City were completely outplayed and they were just losing the ball for fun, trying to play off them from the back, but they couldn't because there's something lacking. They're lacking a number 6, they're lacking John Stones, they're lacking people like Walker playing in his prime, and that has massively damaged this game. So overall, it is a sensational win for Liverpool. It is a sensational, brilliant, incredible, groundbreaking, landmark win, which I think officially means now it is time for my predictions and the title hopes. And I think now I can say with confidence that I think we will win the league. I talked about how a lot of people don't want to believe in Liverpool. They say that, oh, you can't say it now, you're not. I've read people saying that you can't be a true Liverpool fan if you're predicting a win now. But look, we are 9 points clear from Arsenal, 11 points clear from City. We are so ahead that if we were to lose this would have never happened in the Premier League before. So let's have confidence. We're doing brilliantly. We've got squad depth. We've got a fantastic manager. Arne Slot is a genius. Please have faith in our team. I think we will win the league. I don't see a way us not winning it. Even if we were to have 2 or 3 really bad games, this is the assumption that Man City have got to win all their games, and so do Arsenal, which will not happen. City are not the same machine. They've lost Rodri. I don't think City will go from losing 6 and 7 to them winning 18 games in a row. Arsenal have never proven that they can win 10 games in a row. They've never done it, and I don't think they can prove it. They don't have the squad depth. They're starting Jorginho and DM. Haven't got the necessary attacking quality because Sterling's not performing. Martinelli is inconsistent. Trossard's inconsistent. Where will they be able to find such form? I get Saka's phenomenal. I get Rice is pretty decent. I know, but they've got injuries. Rice is out. Sorry, not Rice. Ben White is out. They've had injuries and they're very vulnerable. A couple injuries and they're really destabilized. One player like Odegaard completely transforming the team. So quite vulnerable they are. Man City obviously having their own issues. Chelsea have got nowhere near the squad to challenge for the league, I think. They'll be very well to do to get top four. Brighton obviously not in the conversation, neither are Forest. So I think we will win the Premier League. I expect us to win the Premier League. I think we're so ahead, we're so dominant. We can now say that this is not just a case of a good run of fixtures. This whole idea of, there was a time when we were going into this fixture list and people were saying, no way, Liverpool can't do it. Since then, we've beaten Chelsea, we beat Leverkusen, we beat Brighton home and away, we beat Aston Villa, Real Madrid, and Man City, and we only got a draw against Arsenal. In the most incredible fashion, in a very, very tight fixture list where people were doubting us and saying we can't do it, saying that now is the time for Slot to fail, we've proved everybody wrong and we have won those games. We've got Newcastle and Everton coming up, which are much easier games compared to what we've just played. We have proven ourselves at the top level. There is no more question that Arne Slot is a genius and Liverpool are a certified great team. We shall see what happens next. Let's please hope that things keep going well. I don't want to say I guarantee a league title because that's just being a little bit silly. You always need to be pragmatic in football and recognize that anything can happen. But I am very, very confident in us winning the Premier League. And I hope we do. It'd be fantastic for the league to have a different winner, to finally stop this 4 in a row, 5 in a row from City. For any fan, look, even if you don't like Liverpool, you can't deny that we can't have one team winning 5 in a row, 7 and 8 years, because otherwise we are turning into the French league. And Liverpool might just save this league from turning into Ligue 1 or the Bundesliga, because we will finally have another team winning. And you know what? I'm all for it. All for it. Nottingham Forest 6th, Brighton 4th. I like this. I like this unpredictability. This is why the Premier League is a beautiful league, because anything can happen. Nottingham Forest can be a point away from City. Liverpool can be clear by 9 points. Anything can happen. It's an unpredictable and fantastic league. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments on the podcast. Again, YouTube channel, Tima Baller. Go down in the comment section. Let me know as well. I wish you all the best. And yeah, fantastic stuff for Liverpool. You'll never walk alone.